Hello everyone, welcome back, and yeah, I'm just gonna say, that depends. Is there like a friend zoning route? I don't think there's like a friend zone ending. I don't remember one at least. Actually, maybe for another character. I don't know. Would that count as a friend zone? Maybe. I don't know. All right. What about Emmy? Right, just divert attention. I'm trying to get a bad ending here. So, what about Emmy? She pauses for a while, as if having to consider the possibility came unexpected to her. Emmy takes care of me. I don't really know why. But I can't really talk to her, not in that way. It's like her head is made of soap foam and marshmallows. Or maybe it's just me. I like her though. She's really nice, isn't she? Yeah. I want to be your friend too. I'll listen to you if you want to talk. If you don't, then I can just sit quietly next to you. And I want to tell you about what I think too. It goes both ways. We should definitely be friends. It's really nice of you to say that. I've always been able to tell everything to pencils and paints and paper. They are my best friends. It's harder with people. I have to use words. That is hard for me. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I know, you told me. About how you forget? Rid nods at me wordlessly, and I dare to attempt showing her a little encouraging smile. I hope I do it properly. She doesn't reply in any way. I feel really glad. The distance Rin puts between herself and everything else has made me feel really uneasy ever since I met her. If we become real friends, I'm sure I could understand her more. I'm sure that this way, we can close the gap of understanding between us. My thoughts don't transmit to Rin. She seems lost deep in thought, wandering amidst the sea of yellow flowers covering the grassy hilltop. It's just as well. Time passes, the breeze making the taller grass sway gently in time with the wind. Rin hums a little song to herself so quietly that I can't tell what it is. It's as if it's even anything at all. A stronger gust sweeps over the hilltop, and the sound of the trees in the wind buries the song away. I check my watch, more out of habit than anything else. It's 4:30 right now, on this Saturday afternoon. Rin looks into the distant horizon with that odd blank stare of hers, as if she were looking at nothing at all. Her pupils are dark and quiet, like a pair of deep, still ponds. I think I'm going to quit art club. I realized it when we had that argument last week. It was a good thing I tried it, but it's just not my thing, you know? I had more fun actually getting to know you than doing the art stuff in there. But I want to stay as your friend. Would that be alright? Sure. It was getting pretty creepy anyway with you staring at me all the time. Her comment makes me fluster immediately, but I can't manage a reply. Sorry about that. It's okay. I'm used to it. You're not the first person who likes to see me paint. Are you going to do some other thing? I don't know. Probably not. You are going to become better, right? Sure. Me too, you know? I'm going to talk to that friend of the teacher and ask her to put my stuff in her place and work hard to get that all done. I decided that just now, you know? But I think I knew it all along. I've had this feeling for a long time now that I'm going to change. Even if I hate it and don't want it, even if I wanted to, I would change. Like, I'm not enough the way I am. I think this could be a good way to do it because it's like a straight line. I've only learned all the things in my life so far just for this. It's just art and it's the only thing I really know. I know what I'm going to do, so it's good. I'm not afraid at all. I feel like I always do. Is that weird? No, not at all. I close my eyes and give in to the irresistible sensation that has been growing inside me all week long. I float up towards the surface of my own life. The pressure of being underwater slowly diminishes. The weightless sensation becomes stronger. I break the surface of the water, lifting my head into the sunlight, and inhale deeply, breathing in fresh air as if for the first time in a long, long while. My lungs fill with oxygen, and I open my eyes to see Rin's peaceful, determined face. We walk down the slope carefully, and slowly to avoid falling down. Rin in the lead, and me a few steps behind. Rin surely can do this. Even if she can't, she's going to pull through. I'm sure that I can keep my head above water too from now on. The sun sets behind our backs, setting the world ablaze in its orange glow. I keep watching the back of the red-headed girl descending the path a few steps ahead of me. If it's only this much, this distance between us is definitely within my reach. Oh, jeez. Act 3. Distance. I asked you a question, Nakai. I shake my head to fend off the dazedness. The teacher looking at me, as is everyone else in the class. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What's the distance between... Never mind, different question. Why are you here? In this class? To learn about physics? Yes, well, no, but that's the answer I wanted to hear. To acquire knowledge is a secondary reason for you being in the school. The primary one is to learn the rules of society, the norms and ethics that govern your everyday life. Look, I know it's like a meme that everyone says, oh yeah, life is like high school. Like, there are certain differences, like, for example, for most adults, right, you're not going to have safety nets. You're not going to have people always looking out for you. Like, I'm going to be completely honest. I've been alone for most of my adult life, right? Like, after high school, like, my social situation, a lot of it was cut off. And, you know, I think in a lot of ways I'm socially stunted ever since becoming an adult. But that's just how it is, right? Don't really have a social life. And I'm sorry. Anyways, especially if you have like a job, like okay, your job can become your social life, right? Like due to multiple factors, there's no what was it? There is no individual solutions to systemic issues. And you know, the system is screwed up anyways. But whatever. The primary one is to learn the rules of blah blah blah. You don't come to school for the classes. You come to interact with other people there. Your classmates who are your equals and your teachers who are your superiors. You learn how to form social contacts and maintain them. In other words, how to be a part of society. The school itself is a microcosm of the entire society. Look, I'm in America, so I mean, it could be very different to everyone else in the rest of the world. Very, very different. But I'm in America, and we have this thing called No Child Left Behind, which effectively means that, basically, and I've noticed this being in the school system. So basically, these kids, they practically get infinite chances, right? Like, one kid could hit another kid very badly, right? And then you would have people being like, oh, it's just a kid, they don't know what they're doing, right? And then they graduate, and then they're released into the real world. And then we have all these issues with people with social problems becoming adults, right? Not learning how to read, not knowing how to interact with people in America. Because we do not let these people fail. We do not kick these people out of our school. Anyways, I'm sorry. Locke was the one who realized that, you know? School's not a place for learning. And of all the kids your age, you guys should know that better than anyone else. He pauses for a moment and lets his eyes sweep over the class to see if the message sunk in. At the very least, it shut everyone up and got them to focus on him, captivated by either his voice or the sudden change of topic from physics to the philosophy of education. Yeah. And like that's another thing. Like ever since COVID, because I don't know if you've been listening to me. Like I have already told you that my junior year of high school was taken up by COVID. But like my second semester of the junior year was taken up by COVID. That was the start of it. And then my entirety of the senior year covered by COVID lockdowns and stuff. So basically, right, because of COVID lockdowns and because I am now an adult, I am more socially stunted than a lot of people, I think. So, yeah. Anyways. Also, it's probably why I'm like, to be completely honest, if it weren't for the job I have now, I would be the American version of a hikikomori. I would be a shut-in. That stuff is not very fun. Like, when I'm between jobs, I'm basically just kneading it up. No education, no training, no employment. Yeah. But at the very least, I still work out, and I work out more when I'm in heat. But, yeah. Anyways. At the very least, it shut everyone up, and got them to focus on him, captivated by either his voice, or the sudden change of topic from physics to the philosophy of education. However, my classes, as you so aptly put, are a place for learning about physics. He points at me with the piece of chalk he's holding. So no sleeping during class. Got it, Nikai? Yes, sir. From the corner of my eye, I catch Shizune's scowl, and Misha's barely contained giggle. I sink deeper into my seat. Yeah. Yeah, again, since this game does take place in 2009, I'm like, how do I say it? This game is making me nostalgic for like, like what was it? Like more than it would be like a decade plus like a few more years before I graduated. So it's making me nostalgic for a time that I was never truly a part of because again, I was an autistic little boy. Why? I guess I would consider myself a big kid then. Either way. Anyway. After classes end, I'm the last one to leave the classroom. I close the door behind me and quietly make my way to the art room. Club time passes in relative peace and quiet. I sit in my usual seat next to Rin, but she doesn't seem to be in a talkative mood. She seems even more distant than usual. Today we're going to draw a still life, and get to choose from either a vase full of fake flowers or an arrangement of rocks, sticks, and canvas. The teacher encourages us to gather around the preferred motif, emphasizing perspective, texture, and lighting as the key points of this exercise. I look at Rin to see if she prefers one of the subjects over the other, but she just tilts her head, signifying nothing. The club members quickly shuffle their chairs around the classroom to get closer to either the vase or the clutter. Rin and I both pick the flower vase, but only one of us seems to do any work. She's ignoring Nomiya's assignment, just like she's suddenly started ignoring me, and has begun doodling something idly with her foot, not really even looking at what she's drawing. I try to catch her gaze, but she's looking out the window. It's making me uneasy. Rin almost looks like she's asleep. With the way she's leaning back against a chair with her legs resting easily on the desk, she's now completely given up on the drawing. The more I try to relax, ignore her, and just be myself, the more it feels like I should ask if something's wrong. After club activities are normal and the others have filed out, Rin gets up to her seat and marches over to Nomiya with unusual determination. I will do it. Nomiya, who's humming to himself while sorting a box of pencils by hardness, turns around with a mixed expression of friendliness and incomprehension on his face. What will you do, my girl? The gallery person. I can talk with that person. At least yesterday I thought I could. And today too. I think I want to try it. I'm going to go all the way. The widest smile I've ever seen on any person's face lights up. The teacher's features. He is almost literally beaming. Oh, wonderful. I had almost lost hope. Such a hard-headed girl you are. But I knew that sooner or later you'd understand, as well. I will call my good friend Saionji and arrange a meeting. You'll need to show her your work so she can estimate it, but I've told her about you. But obviously you should talk face to face. This is so exciting, isn't it? Nomiya is talking more to himself than to us, and walking in circles around his desk, waving his hands around wildly all the while. He picks up his cell phone from the breast pocket of his jacket and flips it open with a stylish movement, starting to look for the number to call. While he searches, he notices me staring and gives me a beaming thumbs up. I shrug back at him, doing my best to not look smug. Nomiya finds a number and makes the call, turning away from us and lowering his voice once it goes through. Even so, I can hear his excited tone. The call doesn't last long. Fabulous. Sai is at the gallery right now, and she said that we could stop by right away if that's fine. This is most excellent. Do you have some kind of portfolio to show, Rin? She just shakes her head at the question. Never fear, I've taken some photos of your paintings. We could bring those and maybe a couple originals with us. Those will be quite sufficient for now. There should be some recent ones around here in the back, right? He pulls out a folder full of photos out of a desk drawer, then charges towards the back, where there's a small storage room and extra cabinets for all the materials and the tools the art classes and club use. He soon finds what he was looking for, and cruelly wraps 2 of Rin's paintings in some brown packing paper. Nakai, would you carry these to my car? I pick up the 2 oil paintings. They aren't heavy, but they do make navigation somewhat cumbersome as I follow Nomiya and Rin to the parking lot. Nomiya has a pretty nice car, not something I'd expect a high school teacher to drive. I wonder what kind of salaries they earn at Yamaku. Well, I mean, considering the kids are disabled, right, they would have to have special training, right? And they would have to have, if they're anything like me, they would also have to have, CPR training. They would have to have, MANT training? I think that might just be, that might just be for my state. Either way. So, there's a bunch of training, plus, again, having to deal with STEM students. Not STEM, I mean SPED students, special education. Just special education, you would have to you would have to learn how to deal with harnesses, how to deal with the wheelchairs, how to deal with all of that, just in case something happens. Anyways. So I would imagine the teachers at Yamaku would be paid a bit not greatly higher, but a bit higher than a regular school teacher. Also, this is Japan. Japan respects education way more than Americans do. So I don't know how much a teacher would make in Japan compared to America, but I'm guessing it's somewhat larger. Anyway, I'm not a teacher, I just work for the school district. Anyways. The canvases are stuffed into the trunk, where they just barely fit. At the teacher's enthusiastic prompting, I get in the car along with them. Rin answers my questioning stare with a confirming nod and a nonchalant shrug. I guess I've become some sort of assistant for her now. Nomiya doesn't go light on the pedal. The smooth ride takes about 10 minutes to bring us to the city center, where we pull into a tiny parking lot and get out of the car. I pick up the paintings again, looking forward. It's as if... It's like... I pick up the paintings again, looking around. It's just like any city in Japan. Really same style of buildings. Really, same style of buildings, people hurrying here and there, office workers sweating in their suits in the summer heat. Wide tree-lined streets aren't something you see everywhere, though. Maybe they are the city's specialty. It definitely has that feel of a city, which I had thought I already forgotten. I feel immediately comfortable walking around. I haven't actually been here before. No? In that case, it's about time. It's a great city. Lots of wonderful folk around here. Most important of all, a vibrant cultural life. Ah, Sai's place is just around the corner. After turning around 3 more corners, Nomiya stops in front of a door. There is a nameplate in big red letters over it. 22nd corner. Is this really the 22nd corner? Is it really the 22nd corner? Of what? That's bothering me too. I mean, where to start counting, and which way do you count? Rin gets worked up over the strangest things. Unlike me, Nomiya ignores her completely and pushes the door open. Yeah. Again, for Nomiya, this is more about, you know, don't you know you gotta see my student? Like, yeah, this is about me. Despite it supposedly being about Rin, it's more about him, I guess. You know. The gallery is very clean looking, and the air conditioning makes it cool and very comfortable. The white walls and big windows facing onto the busy street make the whole place feel airy and bright. There is nobody around whom I can see, however. Most of the floor space is empty, with only a few large tables and a counter for furniture. There are paintings too, of course. A poster advertises an exposition for an artist that I've never heard of. Most of his works seem to be portraits or landscapes done in a more traditional style than Rin's abstraction. Summoned by the bell on the door, a lady who looks maybe around Nomiya's age comes around a corner. She's dressed in a sharp suit, her straight dark hair and a perfect ponytail behind her back. A pair of flashy, expensive-looking eyeglasses frame her eyes. On a second glance, I'm not so sure of her age anymore. She looks old and yet not actually old. Sai, hello! She clearly recognizes the teacher, greeting him warmly. Oh, there you are, Shinichi. And so quickly. I take it that these two are your students? Indeed, let me introduce you. This is Rin Tezuka, the one I spoke to you about. And the healthy-looking lad over there is Hazao Nakai. She takes a long, hard look at both of us, especially Rin. It feels like we're being evaluated, and that a worth of some abstract kind is being calculated for us. Her eyes linger for a long time on Rin. Her eyes, empty shells tied in knots. On her eyes, her empty shells tied in knots, her posture, sleeves tied in knots, blah 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 blah. Sai takes her first impression of Rin with an intensity I've not seen used by anyone else before. Once finished, she smiles, amiably. Pleased to meet you both. My name is Sai Saionji, and I'm the owner of this gallery. Could I maybe offer you some tea? Oh no, thank you, we're fine. Let's get down to business. I lay the paintings on the tabletop to give the gallery owner a better view, and Nomiya pulls out his folder of photos. The old lady studies Rin's works carefully, absent-mindedly brushing her cheek with her fingers while letting her gaze sweep over the paintings. Her eyes remind me of a bird of prey of some sort. They're so sharp and somehow very calculating. She takes her time, slowly going over the paintings, in order without uttering a single word. Even the teacher looks very nervous. He tries to not point out certain details and other things about Rin's work, but it seems like she's not listening. While Nomi and I keep looking at Sai, trying to look for some hint of a reaction on the gallery owner's face, Rin lets her gaze wander around the gallery space. Suddenly, she pipes up. Is this really the 22nd corner? Sai raises her gaze from the painting to look at Rin, but doesn't answer. It's probably for the best. She takes stock of Rin's slouchy posture and her dreamy eyes that are again moving restlessly about. The way Rin seems to be detached from a situation that's supposed to be very important for her annoys me just a little. I'm practically holding my breath here. After Sai has gone through all of Nomiya's photos and inspected the 2 oil paintings I hauled here, she goes through all the material again, this time at a quicker pace. Finally, she gives her verdict. I like it. Though, if you don't mind me saying, you're still a bit immature. Searching for your direction? Searching for your own direction, perhaps? She picks up one of the photos. Still, just look at this. I can't take my eyes off it. Like a little kitten playing around. That's what your art makes me feel, young lady. Thank you, I think. Nobody has ever said that before, I think. That's all that Rin has to say. Something about what the gallery owner says and how she makes it sound patronizing to me, but I hold my tongue. Yeah, I don't really like the artsy-fartsy types. Like, okay, so like, let's say I draw a mountain, right? Somebody's gonna come in and be like, well, I mean, where is the flair to it? Why did you just draw a mountain? I drew a mountain because I drew a mountain. Anyways, I'm sorry. Anyway. What a wonderful imagination, though, isn't it? I've always said that Tezuka has a great eye for composition and color harmony, and technique. Remember, all these are done with her feet. Of course, we need to put out some of the simpler ones on display, too, for the lay people, right, Sai? The teacher snorts derisively. Look at his face. It's like, You know how those Philistines are. What do they understand about real art? They'd be just at a loss with the abstractions and themes here. Artsy-fartsy types, man. But it'll generate more publicity, and that's good, isn't it? Sai smiles gently at Nomiya's remark and turns back to the paintings. I wonder. To tell you the truth, I don't know if this all makes an exhibition. Even if I like it, I don't feel a theme of cohesion. There's no order. And really, who'd expect so much from a young artist like the kitten here? She's calling you out, Nomiya. Oh, no, it's definitely doable. Especially if we get a few new pieces and touch up some old ones. I don't mind painting more, I'll do anything. It's a bit of a stretch. Trust me, I wouldn't have come to you if I didn't believe Tezuka was ready. You can see it too, can't you? I know exactly what her kind is capable of, and you know it. The fuck you mean by her kind? Okay. Those words give the galleryist lady a pause. A hollow, bottomless look takes over her eyes for a moment, as if she's looking through, or maybe past Nomiya. Yeah, like, what? She says nothing, but her mouth becomes a tight, flat line, as if stretched. Finally, the moment passes. Is that what you're saying? That's what I'm saying. Sai sighs and takes a few steps, walking in the circle as if to help organize her thoughts. She takes another look at a photo of the painting she particularly liked, the one that made her call Rin a kitten. She places her hand over her mouth, lost for words. After a few moments, she shakes her head. I don't know what to say. After seeing you, dear, in these paintings of yours, would you excuse us for a moment? I want to talk to your teacher in private for a bit. Sai draws the art teacher aside, and they talk in hushed tones for a while. I can't hear what they're saying, but over her shoulder, I can see the lines around the corners of her mouth tightens as she motions her hands in time with her words. The expression on her face is... What kind of expression is it? I couldn't say. Yeah. Once they're done discussing whatever they had to discuss, they give one another a serious look. I feel something that goes beyond mere words transpiring there. They walk back to us. Sai looks seriously at Rim, her left hand reaching as if instinctively towards a pack of cigarettes that's lying on the table. She picks the pack up, extracts one, looks at it absent-mindedly, as if only now realizing she did so, and puts it back. Finally, she locks eyes with Rin, evaluating her once more. Alright, little kitten. I'm going to believe in you. I will display your paintings in here, but from what I can see, this is not enough. You really don't have a cohesive theme, and you don't have enough of the good stuff. Okay, first off, a lot of these elites, you know, artsy-fartsy types, critics, if you will, the fuck you mean by good stuff, right? Like, okay. I'm gonna reveal my Philistine sensibilities, but, you know, I really do not think art should be... Like, you should not be that... Okay, so there are limits to everything, right? You know, like, if something is badly written, like, something is badly written, right? However, right? I really do not see, how do I explain this? Honestly, I think, like, artists and generally anything in the creative field is too over-criticized. That's just what I think, because, frankly, right? Frankly, honestly, like, to tell you the complete truth, I enjoy flawed things way more than quote-unquote masterpieces. And that's probably just my autism, but, like, the thing about masterpieces is that I really do not care for them. Like, oh, I do not care for your specially made painting that looks beautiful. I want to see something flawed, right? And I find that a lot of, like, critics and stuff, like, do not understand that. Because, to me, a perfect movie would be boring, right? Whereas watching a movie with terrible fucking acting is incredibly fucking funny. Honestly, that's probably just who I am as a person, but, like, I do not find things that are well written to be entertaining. If that makes any sense. Like, if something is good, I think it has to be flawed. Like, for me to keep attention to it, because... Anyways, sorry. You're going to have to work hard to actually get something that we can put on exhibit here. I know. It's a good thing my gallery is so small, no? Rin already spends almost her every free waking moment she has painting. How's it possible to work any harder? She'd have to skip classes to do more than she already does. Now gonna anyone work that much? Silence falls in the gallery after my words. Sai looks at the art teacher, who is looking contemplatively at a star student, and I look at the three of them, confused. It's doable. What do you mean? I mean, the school is special. The board puts great value on things such as this. I'm sure I could arrange some leave for her. This is not unprecedented by any means. I'll discuss it with her parents too. But they've been quite supportive. However, it might be a bit of a stretch to get working space for her at the school if she's not exactly going to attend classes. Actually, I was thinking about this before. Do you use the place upstairs for anything? No, I don't. I haven't since back then. It's more like a landfill than an atelier, though. Upstairs? Upstairs? I own a small atelier apartment on top of the floor of this building. But it hasn't been in use for goodness, it hasn't. It's been so long, hasn't it? Her eyes leap to Nomiya, who has a strange, muted expression on his face. Indeed, do you think? Even Nomiya, in all his brashness, has trouble coming straight out of the question. Sai, of course, sees through him and throws her hands, sighing deeply. I guess I can't say no, can I? Very well. I'll lend you the use of that place as well if needed. It's not like I can really use it. Excellent. I knew we can count on you. Don't celebrate yet. It really is a mess, so don't be shocked when you first see it. However, you can use it as you see fit. Since it's an atelier, it already has easels and things like that. You'll only need your own tools and materials, and to somehow clean it up a bit. It's not habitable though, so I can't let you live there. I doubt your school and or parents would allow that in any case. Okay. However, it's convenient to crash there overnight if necessary. I won't mind. Most excellent, isn't it, Tezuka? He enthusiastically pats Rin on the shoulder, laughing in relief and happiness as if all the good fortune landed on him personally. Yeah. Sai smiles as well, perhaps more amused by the old teacher's glee than anything else. Oh dear, Sunichi, this really is like back then. Are you sure we haven't all bitten off more than we can chew? Yeah, see, this is... I'm guessing this is Nomiya living vicariously through Rin, right? So, like, considering... Right, this is... I'm guessing he's just trying to push Rin into, like, being him so he could live through her. Anyways. She looks at Rin, who seems oddly subdued despite all this. I hope it'll be worth it, kitten. She holds out her hand as if to shake Rin's, but realizes the impossibility and quickly moves to pat her on the shoulder. Rin looks back at her silently, her eyes serious and impenetrable like the dark of the night. Rin applies for, and thanks to Nomiya pressuring the principal, I'm sure is granted leave for the rest of the term for exceptional extracurricular activities. She has to make up for it during summer vacation, but it seems she doesn't mind. Rin will still be able to eat and sleep at school, of course. She just doesn't have to go to classes. I'm not entirely sure if I envy her or not. It makes me feel anxious somehow. It's the last day of school for Rin. I feel like I should send her off with a word of encouragement, or at least say something. It was sort of due to my influence she decided to dive headfirst into this after all. My class ends a good 20 minutes early, so I walk down to the lobby and buy a can of juice, then sit down on a bench and wait for Rin. I pull out a novel from my bag and search for the place where I was. Time stretches comfortably over the warm afternoon as I idly sip my orange juice and read a few chapters of the book. The plot doesn't seem to advance at all, but it's all the same for me. The bell rings to end the school day, and students shuffle to club meetings or outside. Nobody notices me sitting on the bench with my nose in the novel. I keep watch for Rin, but I don't see her familiar face or red-tinted hair passing by. I check my watch 20 minutes past the end of class, when the lobby has all but emptied of people again. Even Rin should have easily managed to get out of class, but either I missed her walking by, or she never came downstairs. Perhaps she went to the art club room for some last-minute things instead, or got held back by her strict homeroom teacher. I haven't really waited that long, but having grown tired of it already, I decided to go find her myself. I stuff my book back in the bag and throw some of the now empty juice in a trash can, then climb upstairs. The hallway is eerily quiet, as if there are no club rooms apart from the art room nearby. I check there first, but not even the teacher is in. Coming back towards the stairwell, I quietly knock on the door of 3-4 and push the door to peek in. Yellow sunbeams across the classroom falling across the floor. The dust and chalk floating slowly in the air make the light almost palpable. The entire room bathes in the gentle light shining through the windows, washing the shadows away. Only one person is inside the classroom. Rin sits in what I assume is her seat, next to the window in the third row. Her head rests against the desk. I wonder if she slept through it all. Apparently not even Emmy had the heart or maybe the capability to wake her up. I close the door quietly, walking past the neat, even rows of desks. I go over to where she sits. Rin. My mouth is suddenly so dry that the word comes out as a tiny whisper. She doesn't answer, so I set my bag down on the floor next to hers and lean over her to look at her face. Rin's eyes are peacefully closed, the long eyelashes projecting thin shadows onto her cheeks. Her mouth is slightly open, letting me hear the quiet sound of her breathing. Her usually messy hair is even more so today, lying in complete disarray over half her face and forehead. Her bag is lying at her feet like a forgotten rag doll. A few books and pens have fallen out of it near her seat. The scene makes me smile a little. I touch Ren's head lightly, sweeping a few of the stray hairs off her ear. Her hair feels warm against my palm. Ren stirs and I retract my hand on reflex, feeling embarrassed for touching her so casually. She looks so vulnerable. Like any sleeping person, it's impossible to not feel fondness towards her. I sit on the desktop of whoever it is in front of Ren, then draw the window slightly open to get some fresh air in. Hopefully it'll wake her up, and I won't need to resort to cruder methods. She doesn't wake up, but I didn't really expect her to. Looking at her makes me feel tired as well. To be honest, I wouldn't mind a quick nap either, but I content myself with leaning against a large window. The glass is warm against my ear and cheek, as these windows face west towards the setting afternoon sun. That afternoon light is slowly melting into Rin's auburn hair, softening her outline so that she seems to be fading into her surroundings. The minute twitches of her minute twitches of her muscles, her hair swaying in the air current, the even rhythm of her breathing. It all gives a strong impression of a dreaming girl. Like all sleeping people, Rin looks like she is away from this world, in some distant dream country. With her, it doesn't feel so obvious that she would ever come back. She seems so detached from her surroundings, even when she's awake. In fact, she has the same kind of air around her when the realization hits my consciousness without warning. Rin sometimes looks like that when she's painting. Her focused expression gives the same feeling of being on the other side of some imaginary gap as looking at her sleeping face does. I feel pain in my chest. There's no way I can close that gap to be on the same level with her. It hurts even though I know it's impossible for any two people to truly understand each other. But Rin? She's almost literally in another world when she's talking about art, thinking about art, or making art. It's a world that I, or anyone else really, can't share with her. Just like the world of dreams. Rin still doesn't show any sign of waking up, so I'm faced with the decision to either rouse her myself, or wait for her to awaken on her own. I choose the latter. Waiting is something I am good at. I found that out during my hospitalization, but even the hospital ward was more lively than the school after classes are over. The only sounds in this place are the loud ticking of the clock above the door, and the distant voices of students down on the grounds. A genuine summer breeze blows inside from the window I cracked open, full of warmth and carrying the scent of light. I look outside to see where it came from, but I'm dazzled almost instantly. The window. Jeez, I was holding that yawn in for a while. I'm sorry. I look outside to see where it came from, but I'm dazzled almost instantly. The window glass seems to trap up all the sunlight within, making it painful to look away. All I can glimpse through the window are the dark silhouettes of the trees and the wall around the campus against the setting sun's radiance. As I turn back to watch Rin, she stirs again. A single tear warms down the corner of her eye, slowly making its way across her face before it falls onto the desk. It's tiny, barely a droplet, but it captivates me. Another tear follows the first, then a third. A feeling of anxiety overcomes me, petrifying me on the spot. It's so strange seeing Rin's peaceful face as she sleeps, at the same time as tears stream down her cheeks, wetting the wooden desktop as she rests her head on. I don't know what to do, so I do nothing, and just watch the tears roll one by one down her face. I wonder what she's dreaming about. Rin wakes up, after one final flinch, or perhaps because of the tears. She sits upright, and yawns so excessively, it looks like her jaw might dislocate. She notices my presence, but her reaction is more like the lack of any reacting at all. It's just an acknowledgement, no startled gasp or anything. Hello? Good morning. She's so groggy, she can't even return my smile, that I somehow can't stretch to be entirely honest. Ah. Rin notices her wet cheeks and quickly wipes them on the shoulders of her shirt. It seems like she isn't at all surprised or flustered by them. You cried in your sleep. A bad dream? No, it's nothing like that. It's something I've learned to do from other people. It's a funny story, I'll tell you later. On second thought, not really funny at all. Guess I won't tell you. Did you want something, or did you just come to watch me sleep? I wanted to see you after classes. Oh, well, it's after classes now, and I'm seeing you right here. Yeah, I just wanted to say good luck or something. I figure the upcoming weeks are going to be a lot of work for you. Thanks. Rin yawns again and blinks a few times. I feel weird. Didn't really sleep much last night at all. Butterflies in your stomach? What? No, I mean, yes. I know what that means, butterflies. Don't really feel good now. It'll be fine. You are so confident. Someday it will bite you in the ear. I'll look forward to it. I think I have to go. I promised Miss Sayonji that I'd go there straight after school, and now it is after school. Is it okay if I come by sometime? I'm guessing you're planning to work long hours, so if you'd prefer to avoid distractions, it's okay. It's not a distraction. Not like Gemi. Don't bring her with you, though. I wouldn't like that this time. I told her to stay away. I see. Alright then. Rin stands up and silently walks to the door with me following behind. School's empty hallways, devoid of the usual crowd of students, feel very lonely. It's only a few hours since school ended, but the building seems to be all but deserted. Our footsteps are all that intrudes upon the stillness of the hallways. The change is sudden, but it shows how the building is just an empty shell, dead without its students and teachers to liven it up. It's like the school has become a private world for just the two of us, a desolate place filled with silence and chalk dust. I'm going to change. She says this out of the blue, while we walk down the stairs from the third floor, and it makes me wonder how she views this challenge of her that lies this challenge that lies ahead of her. That's what people must do sometimes. That's the last thing we say to each other that day, even though there's so much that we could talk about. And even those words drown in the all-encompassing encompassing silence, disappearing into the stagnant air, as if they were never said. Oh boy. Yeah, I think I'm gonna need to take a break after this. Yeah, for some reason I'm feeling very tired. Yeah, I'm saving here. Burp. Anyways, so okay. I think I'm headed towards the bad ending I want. However, okay, like look at this. Look at this. Right. Yay. Anyway. So yeah. I'm on the third act of Rune's Route. Wait, so there's 1, 2, 3 for Emmy, and then 1, 2, 3. Wait a sec. Oh wait, no, these two are the part of the. Wait a second. Does Rin have an Act 4? I don't know. Huh. I don't know. Does Rin have like an extra thing? Because there's a Zhao here sitting at a desk, and yeah, well, whatever. Well, have a nice time. I'll be playing more in a little bit. I just need to get up because holy, I'm tired. I did not expect to be this tired. What the hell is going on? Anyways, so I'll be playing some more today. Thank you for watching. Dean the Autist. Have a nice day.